Hello friends, you're watching India Today Tech, and in this video we're going to unbox the Canvas Infinity. From the photo on the box, looks very similar to the LG's flagship phone, the G6. Though the phone is priced under Rs 15,000 category, it is also cheaper than the LG Q6 that comes with a similar bezel-less design. The Canvas Infinity also has the same aspect ratio with a 1440:720p or HD resolution. Then it has a 16 megapixel camera in the front and a 13 megapixel camera in the rear. The phone runs the Qualcomm Snapdragon 425 chip along with 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB storage, which is expandable via microSD card. It supports 4G VoLTE and all the lower frequency bands as well. Runs the latest Android Nougat OS, has a 2900 mAh battery and a fingerprint scanner, which is missing on the Q6. There are also 3 slots on the phone, so there is no problem of a hybrid SIM slot. Okay, so now let's take the phone out of the box, but before opening, let's check the manufacturing of the phone. The phone is manufactured for Micromax by a Chinese company. Micromax is importing it and selling here in India. Okay, so this is the phone, guys. There are smudges already on the phone in the sealed box, as you can notice, on the front as well as on the back. The phone is black in color and looks nice. It is light and quite small for a 5.5-inch phone, as with the less bezels and more screen area for the size of the body. The phone looks to have a unibody design, but the back cover is in fact removable, and so is the battery. You can access the SIM 1 and SIM 2 and micro SD card slots from here. Both the SIM slots take micro SIM cards. Next, we'll power up the phone and quickly take a look at the box contents first. At the top, we have a box which has a phone cover and a screen guard. The cover is a flexible, clear case that snaps on the phone like this. Next, there is a power adapter with a 1.5 ampere current output rating and a micro USB cable and in-ear type earphones, which has a button and a mic. While setting up the phone, notice that the interface asks for permission to access phone, read and send SMS and location of the phone, while on another page it asks for access to read phone and take your Google account details. Okay, now the phone is ready to use. But before that, let's take a look at the ports. At the back, there is a fingerprint sensor and the camera lined up perfectly with the secondary mic. At the bottom, there is a micro USB port with primary mic. At the top, there is a 3.5mm jack. On the right, there are buttons put firmly in their place. The design overall doesn't feel bad or flimsy. The back has matte look and the phone is quite thin and curved on the edges to give a premium feel. The touch and the display of the phone also feel quite different. The Canvas Infinity runs the Android Nougat 7.1.2 with its own skin on top that looks inspired from the Apple's iOS. There is the usual Micromax Canvas color scheme with a lot of third-party apps visible on the home screen. Notice it doesn't have an app drawer, and all the apps you have on the phone will reside on the home screen. Features include smart gestures, wherein you can draw on the home screen to open apps, and smart actions that work on the movement of the phone. There is also a one-handed mode and a quick swipe action to switch to it. You can also configure the fingerprint sensor to open a particular app when the phone is unlocked. Different fingers can be assigned to open different apps, but I don't think it will be of any good practical use. As I said, the interface has cues taken from the iPhone. For example, there is this recent apps list that can be dismissed with a similar action. Then there is the drop-down menu with notification page that looks very similar, and the toggles come with swipe to right. This is very opposite of what you get on the stock Android interface, where with a single swipe you can switch on off the Wi-Fi and other few controls quickly. Not only the settings icon, but the app itself also looks like a mock-up of iOS settings menu. It has a similar layout, and there is even apps listed at the bottom for which you can access settings separately. Though the phone seems to be quite responsive despite UI skin and a big display, we will let you know the full performance response of the phone in our detailed review. Now let's check the display quality of the phone. Canvas Infinity fits an IPS display but has 720p or HD resolution, which is less than what most phones in this price bracket have. Still, the color production of the phone seems nice. It is not oversaturated or dull, but doesn't feel what the full HD display would look like. The viewing angles are also not very great, but I do see a color shift on slight tilting of the phone. At the rear, the phone has a 13 megapixel camera with single LED flash and an f2.0 lens. The autofocus on the camera works well for usual shots taken in normal to good lighting conditions. It is not very fast, but locks in accurately most of the times and brings out sharp outlines in the photo. Though in macro shots, you do get to see some focus hunting and you need to adjust it with touch to focus. There is minimal shutter lag and the photo appears for preview as soon as you click it. The phone can record video in full HD and panorama and time-lapse video as well. The details captured by the rear camera are quite nice, though we will let you know more about it in the full review. The front camera on the phone has a 16 megapixel sensor that can capture bokeh selfies. It also has an f2.0 lens, but there is a separate bokeh mode that allows you to softly blur the background while taking selfies. Like most of the phone cameras claiming to take bokeh shots, Canvas Infinity also fiddles with the subject outlines, but as you can see, it doesn't alter the outlines much, and the difference in the two is visible in the photo. The camera is fairly fast and takes good amount of details. The phone has been launched at a price of Rs 9,999 and will be available on Amazon from September 1, and it will also be available offline at a later date. Watch out for our full review where we take a detailed look at the phone's performance, the cameras and the battery backup of the phone, and compare it with other phones in this price category to let you know if you should buy the Micromax phone. Like always, if you've liked this video, do hit the thumbs up button and share the video. Subscribe to our channel for latest videos like this. Thank you for watching.